Hey there, it's Brian King. Pardon the scratchy throat, I'm getting over a bad cold here. I shared an article this morning that quoted the Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions as quoting something or stating something that alluded to referring to kids with disabilities as an irritating problem for teachers. Now, I've read through the article a couple times, and it sounds like he's saying a couple different things, really. I mean, it's open to interpretation. Only he can clarify what he really meant by this. But in one reading, it sounds like he was saying all the lawsuits that are coming before schools being sued for violating IEPs and so on, he's saying that those lawsuits are caused by laws that require special treatment for certain kids. And it reduces civility and so on in the classroom. Well, here's the real bigger issue. We can get upset at him all day long for saying that our kids are a burden or whatever. But here's what I think the real problem is we live in a country where we need to legislate equality or it ain't gonna happen, period. Sexual harassment laws, you gotta treat a woman like a human being and not a piece of meat, otherwise you can get in trouble. Sexual harassment was going unchecked until those laws were passed. The Civil Rights Act. People of color were disenfranchised. It was legal to discriminate blatantly. It needed to be legislated that they were equal to everybody else. Why on earth was that even necessary? These special education laws, the 504 laws, this is happening because we live in a country where we have to legislate equality, where because somebody else is different, they use a wheelchair. Before these laws, it was really easy to say, oh, your child doesn't belong here with the normal children. Keep your child home. They're never going to be a productive member of society. Without the mindset that this country is for everybody, and I heard the BS our president-elect was saying out there, I'm going to be the president for everybody. Well, look at the people that he's nominating, for crying out loud. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about people that are a burden. Another thing that Sessions said today was that secularists have no place in government. Wow, so much for freedom of religion or freedom of speech or anything. Screw all that. Because if you reveal yourself as a secularist, well, you can't be trusted with leadership. Think about that one. I'm Buddhist. My oldest son is atheist. We're secularist. And I guess we're disqualified because we have different beliefs than he does. Heaven forbid we should have any of that in a free country. But that's the point that I really wanted to make. I have ADHD and dyslexia. I have a physical condition that at one point is going to disable me. I'm going to be in a wheelchair. So according to some of these, I'm going to try and be more diplomatic here, some of these nominees, I'm the problem. My existence is the problem. I am a burden. Now, when you put barriers between me and my ability to access the rest of society so that I can go out there and contribute, that's the problem. Lack of access. I'm not the problem. Being disenfranchised is the problem. Being excluded. Being treated as unequal because I'm not like you. That is a disease that has plagued this country since it was founded. And we still live in a time where we have to flip and legislate equality. And the more I hear these talking heads go, the more I fear that we are stepping into that elitist mindset that says if you ain't part of the billionaire boys club, you don't matter. And it sounds like that's what's starting to happen. And don't for 1 second suggest that I sit back, binge watch stuff on Netflix, and let things fall where they may, to give it a chance. See, that's all it takes for tyranny to take over, is to sit on your hands and live in some daydream of distraction. Sorry, I don't roll like that. I've got 3 kids with special needs I need to raise. And they need to be allowed to have access to everything in society they need to be successful. And I can't sit by for 1 second while somebody in authority that has the power to influence legislation says that my kids are a burden and they're not good enough. I give a great big FU to anybody that suggests that, and I will talk until I have no voice, at which point I'll take over texting to make my voice and their voices heard. That's how I roll. So don't expect me to sit back and turn a blind eye to somebody that wants to cut my kids out of their rights in this country simply because it doesn't fit their worldview. Ain't gonna happen. Anyway, that's my rant for today. This has been Brian. Talk to you again soon.